Place this down. I want to see if this is going to hurt me. It doesn't. All right, let's place this bad boy down, and we're just going to fly right up. Woo! Okay, so that was a... Welcome back, Rockstars, to some more Scape and Run Parasites. It's going to be an awesome day because we're going to redo our minefield. While I'm still in the process of learning how Thorncraft actually works, I'm not applying it to videos yet, but that will be coming in the future. I am looking forward to replacing all of this, though. You see, we've talked about in the past having this just be bedrock so the land doesn't get destroyed. Plus, it would tell us early on if bedrock's actually infectable or how infectable it is from the parasites. But if we make it out of bedrock, there's one big difference that we can also use outside of these very basic explosives that we've been using, like claymores and landmines and bouncing betties. They're all really basic and explosive damage, but a NOVA Catalyst, my bad, is way more powerful. And then on top of that, we can upgrade it again all the way to a NOVA Cataclysm. Now, these things are massive and they're not extremely expensive, but if we replace this entire area, what it will do is it will give us a much more powerful damage to the parasites. At the same time, we don't have to worry about this being such an uncomfortable battleground if we so need it to be, because it's not a destroyed mess like it currently is. There's only one real problem with this master plan, and that is the amount of bedrock we're going to need, because if you were here for the bedrock crafting episode, you know bedrock does not have an EMC value, so we have to mine each and every block that we want to be placing down, which is both good and bad. It's good that it doesn't have an EMC value, because otherwise adding bedrock in for bedrock armor for that bedrock miner mod would have been extra cheap. I feel like this way, so you can actually use bedrock, you have to make a lot of work to do it, which is actually really nice. There's a balance to it, and we can't get a better pickaxe. This is as fast as it goes, so we are going to be here for a while, especially because it depends on how close do we want this TNT to be, because how big is its actual range, so then we can only set it out so close to the base before it might, you know, blow things up at the base. But if we make a big enough area, these can be the frontliner guys, and then we can have the mini explosive we've been using for our minefields in the background. That way they can be closer to the base and just as useful and protective that we put the time into them, actually craft them and make them for EMC. Plus, they're a bit cheaper on EMC just kind of overall as well, so it could definitely be helpful to have a mix of them. Alright, well, we nearly have a stack. We're almost at 50, which a stack is 64, but from building the mega base episode, when we built the entirety of the new base, I know how little a stack of blocks really is. This is going to be a much longer process than originally predicted, so I think we might get a stack of blocks. Then we can see how large of an area that will really cover, and then we can test out how big the radius of a NOVA Cataclysm and NOVA Catalyst actually is, because we don't want them to set off each other as well. Alright, so there we go. We have a stack of bedrock. Perfect. So let's just go ahead and we can head back to the house. So we just need a Mobius fuel and then an alternative fuel combined with the previous versions of the crafted TNT, so we should be no problem. Alright, so TNT with the good old Mobius fuel gives us our NOVA Cataclysm, and there we go. Perfect. We'll keep one for EMC and one otherwise. So now we take this one and we add this to this guy, and that should give us the next one, a NOVA Cataclysm. Perfect. Alright, so we've got two of each TNT or Cataclysm, and we've got pressure plates. So let's go to a clean area and test out the explosive, just damage and size, so we really have an idea of what we're working with, because these things should be a lot more powerful than everything else that we put down. Alright, so this looks like a decent area to test on, so let's go ahead and let's start with the smaller one, the NOVA Cataclysm. No, it's the Catalyst. That's the smaller one. Alright, let's place this bad boy down, and we're just gonna fly right up. Whoo! Okay, so that was a good size. Went off extremely fast as well. Definitely bigger than regular TNT, but not as big as I was expecting. So let's see what a NOVA Cataclysm can do. We'll go to a little more of an open area here because I want to see the crater damage. So boom, and can we just drop something on it? Does that activate? It does. Perfect. Oh, I fell into it, and that did no damage to me. I don't know how that works with their own players, but this is a massive size difference in TNT, even between the two different levels of themselves. Like, NOVA Catalyst does not make anything near that big, because if we just go right over here, we can test this once again. Boom, place this down. I want to see if this is going to hurt me. It doesn't. When's a parasite when you need one to test some things out? Okay, so we have a parasite sheep. Perfect. We can just lure it into a trap here. Alright, so now that that's set up, come on, sheepy. All you have to do is run into this pressure plate. It's not that big of a deal, so you can do it. Come on. You're infected and stupid, but you can do this. Come on. There you go. Please do some damage to you. Oh, I need you to actually land on the pressure plate. There we go. And it did not do any damage to it whatsoever. So these explosives specifically do area damage. That's extremely interesting. And also disappointing, it kind of wrecks this entire plan. Alright, well, the best thing I can do at this point is continue mining bedrock, because obviously we're going to need an abundant supply of it, because I still want to make the area bedrock surrounded. And I've been thinking about just converting the overall main base to bedrock, but it's just going to look all tacky and yucky. But what I can do outside of mining bedrock and preparing the land to be converted to bedrock for explosives is make the rest of red matter, or get as much EMC as we possibly can to make make red matter. We almost have enough for the boots, so if we just stay down here for probably a couple hours, we might actually get an EMC enough to build and finish red matter, which will leave us only like 5 episodes worth of gathering for us to get gym armor, but it's gonna be worth it. It's another reason I want to go into Thaumcraft, because the turrets alone, the 3 different turrets, could be extremely useful. So it's a different damage type, so parasites don't adapt to the only turret type I have right away. Plus, there's got to be some other magical properties and whatnot in there that I just don't know about that could be really useful. I don't know really anything about Thaumcraft, so that's why I'm looking into it. Alright, now that we should have plenty of bedrock and hopefully enough EMC for at least some base bedrock, or I mean red matter armor, we should be okay. So we start off with 1.4 million, which is really nice. So we throw in all these diamonds, that puts us up to 4.4 million. We're not quite done. Alright, so we got a couple more stacks we pull out right here, and we can go ahead and throw these in here, giving us 6.5 million EMC. So we can look at red matter and how much can we pull out? A total of 13. So with what we can pull out and what we currently have, we can make a total of 16 red matter, which only gives us very few pieces of armor. We can only make 2 pieces at most, absolutely no matter what we do. So we're gonna go ahead and make the chest piece and the leggings. So if we take the chest piece and we make the exact same shape with the red matter, giving us a red matter chest plate. There we go. So now we should do the exact same thing with leggings, but I think they go in the middle, and then we do this, and that should give us a good old red matter leggings. Easy peasy. So now we have half a set of red matter armor, which is, you know, half a set on the way to getting gym armor, but it's so ridiculously expensive. Alright, well, at least now we're making progress on red matter so we can get to the gym armor, but I need to take all of these blocks, because with all of this extra bedrock now, I need to go figure out how much of the actual land in front of the base itself we can just straight up cover. With a little over 4 stacks, I'm hoping we can at least get most of what's already land. This is just not going to be an easy process whatsoever. Luckily, if I break the block underneath the actual explosives, at least most of them should, you know, disarm themselves. At least this way, we won't have to worry about creating a disgusting hole in front of the base or around it, because as much as the parasites might take over, we can enjoy the simple beauty of what we have just for now. So we had like, what, 3-4 stacks of bedrock? So that's all that we could do with the bedrock. Get that line and this little filling. So that's actually going to be a much bigger project than I ever expected. So because of that, I'm going to go get the rest of the EMC we need to make the rest of the red matter armor. Why? Well, because in all fairness, we need to get that red matter armor finished, and I'd like to have an actual goal finished today, considering NOVA Cataclysm were a waste, and clearly mining for bedrock for forever, whatever it feels like, is also a waste for now at least. So back to EMC mining as always. Just another 4 million EMC later, and here we are making the last bit of red matter armor. So boom, the red matter helmet, and a little bit of those delicious red matter boots. Delicious was the wrong descriptive word. So there we go, red matter, a total of 13, 14, maybe 15 million EMC right here, and that's just half of a single piece of gym armor, EMC wise at least. So we still have a lot of work to do, and I'm gonna have to think of something to collect EMC better. But considering we finally got red matter armor done, and we did some testing with some new explosives, I think that's a great place to end off today's episode. So like, comment, and subscribe down below if you guys did enjoy. I'll see y'all next time, Rockstars. Peace, peace.